Okay, so we've been talking about dilations, and today we're going to talk about dilations and measurement. What happens to a dilation to the perimeter and area when it's enlarged or reduced? We know if it's enlarged, the perimeter or the area are going to have to get bigger, and if it's reduced, then they're going to have to be smaller. So we're going to kind of take some notes on this. This first part is some examples of how you find the new perimeter and the new area. I'm going to highlight the important parts, and then I'm going to give you a formula that works with those. So the first one talks about perimeter, and the way we're going to write that, it says the perimeter is multiplied by the scale factor. So we're going to say perimeter of the new, remember that little tick mark means it's the new, equals the perimeter of the old times, and I'm going to use SF for scale factor. So it's the perimeter of the new equals the perimeter of the old times the scale factor. For area, it is almost the same. It is the area is multiplied by the square of the scale factor. So we're going to write that like this. Area of the new equals area of the old times the scale factor squared. Okay, this formula is not on your formula chart, so it is something that you're going to have to remember. We're going to work a couple, and that way you can get used to the formula. The first thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to look at the problem. If you notice, it gives us the scale factor. It says the scale factor is 3. It doesn't give us the sides of this figure. So I'm going to find the side. 1, 2, 3. This side is 3. And then I have 1, 2, 3. This side is 3. Now we're going to find the perimeter of the figure, which is right here. The same way we find perimeter of everything. We're going to add all sides. If this side is 3 and this side is 3, we know it's a square, and all sides are 3. So we're going to say P equals 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So P is going to equal 12. Okay, if I put all that in my calculator, add them together, P is going to equal 12. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area of this figure. Not the new, I'm going to find the area of the old. So A equals, and we know that we multiplied 3 times 3. So A is going to equal 9. Okay, so I'm going to write a 9 right here. Now I'm going to go use the formulas that we just talked about, and I am going to figure out the perimeter of the new. Perimeter of the new equals P times my scale factor. So we can fill that in. Perimeter of the new. My perimeter, we found it earlier, it is 12. Times, we talked about the scale factor. They give it to us, it is 3. So the perimeter of the new is 36. And I can now fill that in that space. Now let's look for area of the new. Area equals A times scale factor squared. Okay? So we're going to say A of the new equals, the area of my old was 9, times my scale factor is 3, and I have to remember to square that. So area of the new is going to equal 81 when I put all of that in my calculator. Okay? And I'm going to put 81 in here. Now let's look at this one. We know that this is an enlargement because they give me a scale factor of 3, and 3 is bigger than 1. So this one is an enlargement. Okay? Let's look at this one. This one gives me a scale factor of 1/4. And the rule states that if the number is between 0 and 1, it's a reduction. So we know that this would actually be a reduction. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. That side is 4. Then I'm going to find this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That side is 8. Once I do that, I'm just going straight to find my perimeter. I've got P equals 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4. So P is going to equal 24. I'm going to fill that in under perimeter of figure. And then I'm going to say A equals, and I've got 8 times 4. So A equals 32. And I'm going to fill that in under area of my figure. Again, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say P prime equals P times SF, which is scale factor. So P prime equals 24, which is what we found earlier, times my scale factor of 1/4, which means P prime equals 6. I'm going to fill 6 in here. And that makes sense because it's a reduction, so my perimeter is going to be smaller. Okay? A prime equals A times my scale factor squared. So A prime is going to equal 32 times 1/4, and we're going to square that 1/4. If we put all that in our calculator, A prime is going to equal 2. Okay, if you have any questions, come see me during tutoring.